Sliced cheese or grated?
Grated, please, my man. Have you ever heard of flat earth? You ever heard that term?
Oh, don't even go there.
What?
I'm sick of hearing that.
You're sick of hearing it?
Aye.
Where have you heard it?
Everywhere.
What do you think about it?
It's a lot of shite.
Why?
There isn't flat.
How do you know?
Because I know.
Tell me how.
It's impossible.
It's impossible for it to be a ball.
No, it's not.
Of course it is.
Everything else is a ball.
No, it's not.
It is.
You ever seen bendy water?
No, I don't tell. No, I haven't actually.
You know that the surface of water is always horizontal and flat, don't you? Right, if the earth's 70% covered in water, how can it be a ball?
That's a good point.
So one minute ago you were saying it was total rubbish and now you're saying it's a good point.
Yeah, it's still no flat. I believe the scientists, other than a Raji, stood in Celtic Park with a camera.
You believe it? Alright, so you believe strangers, you believe the government?
Aye.
You do?
Sometimes.
So it's just quickly, bud, where have you seen this then? Is it all social media?
Oh aye.
You seen it out in the streets anywhere?
I've seen a couple of billboards, somebody painted on it, flat earth.
Flat earth? Aye. Is any of your mates talking about it? Nah? Never
I'm
gets,
not into that stuff.
never gets brought up. Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
Is that okay?
That's okay, that's fine. Hi sir, what's your name?
Juan.
Juan, how you doing? I'm Dale.
Right.
Juan.
Nice to
Are
meet
you going to the game tonight?
Yeah, it's my first time here. I'm really excited.
Yes, where are you from?
Spain,
Spain? Yeah. So what's your first team?
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid?
Yeah.
So is this your first time at Celtic Park then?
Yeah. And there is a long time when I want to come here. I live in Liverpool, and I'm really excited for it.
Excellent. What do you think the score's going to be?
Probably where Celtic is gonna win. So
Yeah, easy. 3, 4, 5 maybe?
3-1, something like that.
Yeah, do you think the other team will score, do you? Yeah.
Possibly.
Always
yeah.
a possibility, isn't there? So I'm just going to ask you another question. It's not about football now. Have you ever heard of the term flat earth?
No.
Have you ever questioned the shape of the earth?
No, not really.
No, you've never questioned the shape of the earth?
No.
Do you believe that the earth is a ball?
Well, not a complete ball.
Not a complete ball? Can I ask you why you think it's a ball?
Because it's like a circle. I don't know.
Through your education system, because you were told it was a ball?
Yeah.
And the TV told you it was a ball? What if I was to suggest maybe that it's not a ball? Would you be interested to hear that?
Not really.
Not really? Does it matter to you?
No.
Oh, okay, no problem, man. Thank you very much for speaking to me anyway.
Nice
I
to
hope
meet
you
you.
enjoy the game. It's a pleasure, buddy. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Take it easy. See, some people just don't care. It's the way it is. Alright, bud. Have you heard of flat earth, Lee?
No.
You've never heard of flat earth? No. Have you ever questioned the shape of the earth?
No.
You think you would question it?
No, not really.
Have you ever seen bendy water?
No.
If the earth's 71% covered in water, right, and we know the surface of water is always horizontal,
Right.
how can the earth be a ball?
Good question.
So you know what you need to look at? See the photos that we see that they tell us are from space? They're no actual photographs. They're composite images.
Right.
So see now if you go on your phone and you look at that, now that I've said it to you, you'll realise they're cartoons. They're taking $52 million a day off of people and giving them cartoons. They're lying to us about where we actually are. The earth's a level plane and they're hiding what else is beyond it. Then you're going, I know that you're busy and you play football and you've got a nice lifestyle, but I think it's important, bud.
Aye.
Definitely look into it.
Aye, of course.
Appreciated. My channel's beyond the imaginary curve, mate. You'll see it on there.
No worries.
Appreciated for speaking to me, Lee. Cheers, all the best tonight. That was Lee Griffiths, Celtic striker. So, hopefully he speaks to the rest of the boys in the dressing room, you know. So, thank you very much for having a wee word with me. What's your name, sorry?
Linda.
Linda, I'm asking people questions about the world we live in, right? But first and foremost, I just need to understand, you know, so a wee underline and an agreement on what we're talking about. Can I ask you, are you religious at all?
No.
Would you say that you base more things on scientific proofs?
No.
No,
I had a religious upbringing.
You did?
Yes.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I suppose my beliefs do come from the Bible.
Exactly. Well, that's excellent because this, you know, I speak to a lot of religious people and they reckon that what I'm about to discuss with you is prominent in the Bible. So for me, never mind, the terms of science, in order for me to show you something that was to be true, you would require some sort of practical demonstration. You would actually need to see it. You want actual proof, some tangibility. So, that's not very professional interviewing.
My boss.
Do you want me to?
I'm just coming back. Fine. Raymond's just got a couple of bits, water cans to put round to the carvery, and that's it. I'm okay. Yeah, just John. He's set the food up and he's setting the coffee up just now. No, he's got the coffee set up. I need to get milk. Right, no, they're both set. Yes. Okay. See you shortly.
I'll edit that wee bit out.
Sorry.
So, as I was saying, about practical demonstrations and showing each other stuff, I think it's important for humans to be able to do that so we know what's true. So if I show you this, right, and I show you that substance in there that we know is water, right, how would you describe the surface of that?
The surface of the water?
Yeah.
Smooth.
Flat?
Smooth.
Yeah, so from one point to the other it's even.
Smooth.
It's even. So that's always my number one reason for why I dismiss the idea that we live on a spinning ball in the vacuum of space. Have you ever questioned that?
No.
Do you think that you would ever question it? Do you think it would be important if you thought if that was wrong, if we were being lied to in some level?
I don't think we are being lied to, because people have been into space and they've looked back on it and they've sent us pictures back of it. So to me that's proof that we are on a ball.
Those images that they show us, they're not actual photographs, they're composites. They tell us that. So they say it's like a series of images stitched together in order to make the ball, and then they add in clouds and colour and all that kind of stuff, so it's pretty much just a photoshopped image. But would you dismiss your everyday experience over an image you see on the TV? Do you think that would be rational?
Not necessarily. It depends on what it is.
Is this making you uncomfortable, this subject?
No. It just depends on what. On what it was.
Well, for me, I
watch the television and I don't believe 99%
of what
it.
You see, but
some of it I think, I know that happened.
But you would believe in the ball, although you've never been there.
No, although I've never been. I'd love to go there.
Do you think it's possible?
Yes.
Although you've never been?
I've never been. I do think it's possible.
So they tell us that it's a vacuum up there and that we live in a pressurised environment. Physics shows us that in order to have a pressure in a vacuum you need a container. That's physics, that's science. So
isn't the universe the container?
Well, they say that out there's a vacuum, a never-ending vacuum. Even as human beings, in order for us to even understand a vacuum, we need a container to create a vacuum.
Yes, but I don't think us as human beings can fully understand infinity.
No.
They say it's infinity, it goes on forever, but I can't comprehend something going on forever.
No, neither can I.
Because everything in my life comes to a point where it ends.
It ends, the beginning and end.
So I really can't.
So what if I was then to postulate there's a possibility that the earth we stand upon is infinite and that we are just being kept in a segregated area? I mean, would you ever consider that's a possibility? If you believe in space being infinite, surely you would need to be open to other possibilities then?
Never really thought about it, to be honest.
Right. So everywhere that we go and we experience in the world's level, it's flat. You look out to the horizon, what shape's it?
Flat, depends where you are.
Flat. It's taken from the word
horizontal. The line is flat.
It's taken from the word horizontal. Horizon. So if it's flat everywhere, where does the curve start?
But it's the human concept of walking. When you get to the top of a hill, it's flat.
Is it?
Aye.
I can see the curve. I can see curves on hills.
You can see curves.
I've never seen the curve of the earth.
But when you look to the horizon, it's still flat.
But I've never seen curvy water.
I have. You've never been in the middle of the North Sea.
But it's not, can it curve?
It does. You can see the curve.
You
can see for hundreds of miles right round about you.
It just looks, but it could just look like that. But even mainstream science will say that's impossible for you to see the curve at that altitude. So it's obviously a trick of the eyes.
It's a trick of the eyes.
But I know with liquid like that substance, it doesn't support shear stress. You can't bend it. It doesn't support itself. It's impossible. But yet we're supposed to believe the oceans are bending. and people are upside down from us right now on the other side of a wee bar.
True, I've never thought about
Bloody
that.
ridiculous.
I've never thought about that.
I mean, we always know, we know up and down, we know left and right, we know every possible direction from the level.
The only one time I've ever experienced it is I worked offshore and we were in really dense fog in a helicopter, and you have no realisation of up and down.
Yep.
So we could have actually been upside down in the helicopter and you don't know. That's
Yes, you'd be disorientated.
It's a danger point when you're flying a helicopter in dense fog, that you don't actually know whether you're upside down or the right
Do
way around.
you know what keeps the helicopter level?
No.
There's an instrument in there called a gyroscope.
Oh, I thought it was that, but I wasn't.
But a gyroscope is balanced to the level, and it dictates to any aircraft, when it's deviating from that level, so that they know to bring the plane back under level. If you're on a ball, you would have to be curving and dipping your nose to account for curvature for every mile that you go. It starts to descend further and further and further. So when you go on an aircraft and you go up to 30,000 feet, all around you the horizon should be lowering and be below your eye level. It never is when you look at the window on a plane. It's straight up at your eyes. But the physics of a ball dictate that it must fall.
It must fall.
In every direction, but it's not there.
Maybe whoever designed it was clever.
Well, see, this is the point I wanted to get back to you about, because see, the people I speak to in the Bible, everybody that I speak to that's religious involved with this subject shows firmly that the Bible states that the earth is an immovable, flat plane. He stretched out the heavens like a tent for us to dwell under. The four corners of the earth. There's loads of different references in the Bible. There's nothing in the Bible talking about the earth being a ball and spinning through the vacuum of space. So I always say, if people are committed to a religion, surely you would have to commit to that then.
Yeah,
But not just faith in the book. I would also encourage you, obviously, you have a look with your own senses and have a wee look into it for yourself, just to verify a falsehood. Because for me it's hugely important. If we believe we're somewhere that we're not, then you know, we're living a false life, we're living a lie. So if we understand that we're somewhere different, you know, the possibilities of who we are and where we are, you know, drastically change. Because then we'd be looking at the places being designed, and we should really figure out why and how we got here and who designed it. I mean, do you think it's important, or do you not see any relevance into it?
I don't really see any relevance in it.
Just too busy with life?
Just too busy with life. There's nothing I can do about it, so...
Well, my only hope is that I can plant a seed, that it may grow and that you may consider it and have your mind open to having a wee look at it. That's all I'm ever really looking for. So if that's been achieved, then great. But I thank you very, very much for your time and speaking to me. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you. Appreciate it. Take it easy.
That's interesting.
Thank you. Hi bud, what's your name?
Dan.
Dan, I'm Dale. Dan, how you doing? You alright, Dan? Are you up for the game
I am,
today?
yeah.
Aye. What do you think the score's going to be?
I'd say 3-0.
3-0?
3-0 Celtic.
I'm just going to get straight to it, Dan. What I'm trying to gather is if people have heard about certain topics in the world just now.
Aye, go on.
Have you ever heard of the term flat earth?
No.
You've never heard of it?
No.
Have you ever questioned the shape of the earth?
No, not really.
No? Would you ever think it would be important if there's a possibility that it's not what they told us it was?
It's never played a part of what I've been thinking.
Never played a part of what you've been thinking? Has it triggered a thought in you just with me bringing it up? No?
Oh, a little bit.
A little bit. Could I make a couple of points to you just to see if it gets you to think about it? So we've got this substance here. Oh shit, he's that. Right. So we've got this substance here we know as water, right?
Aye.
And the surface of water, any body of water, as we can test and observe for ourselves, is always horizontal and flat. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
You would agree with it?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, everyday experience, innit?
Yeah.
So you've never seen a body of water bending, have you?
I haven't.
So if there's 70% water, how can it be a ball?
I'll be honest, I have no idea.
The idea?
I'm not the cleverest of persons.
Well, do you not think it's dangerous though to leave your authority to somebody else to tell you what's right and what's wrong and what's true and what's false?
Probably, yeah.
Aye. So I asked you a minute ago, I'm only hoping to trigger the thought and maybe you'll dwell on it.
Thought, yeah.
So one other thing I'll just say, you see the images that they show us, they're no real photographs.
I don't know.
Nah. You go and check yourself, now that I've said that to you, you go on your phone and have a look for images of Earth from space,
I will.
you'll realise they're cartoons. So that was the only thing I wanted to do, mate, was just to try and trigger that wee thought
Aye, well,
and see if you'd anything to add in. So that's great, mate, that's all I want to know.
That's brilliant.
Go and have a wee look at it. Appreciate it, my man.
No bother.
Enjoy the game tonight, bud. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, bud, cheers for speaking to me. What's your name, man? Derek. I'm Derek as well. Dale. Call me Dale. Alright, man. Listen, mate, what I'm asking people is if you've heard of a certain topic. The topic I'm asking about is the shape of the world.
Oh,
Have you heard it? Or
aye, I've heard about this one.
about flat earth and
Flat earth or round earth.
what do you think?
I think flat.
Good on you, mate.
Because why can you not fly from Turkey over the other way when you've came to that side? Why do you always have to double back?
Exactly.
Because if you've got the centre of the earth, why can you not fly right round and come back to where you came from?
Well, you can circumnavigate running a circle. You know, like running a circle, but they don't go right up and over the ball and back run again.
How can you go there?
Well, my main thing is that stuff.
How can water stick to a ball?
How can it bend?
There is that as well.
You know, so
How can it stick to a ball?
exactly. So that's good on you, bud.
They say gravity holds it right, but see if you look at a flat earth map, you've got a wall of ice right round the whole map.
Well, that's one model. Aye. I don't particularly subscribe to that model. I think people need to be careful about believing that in case it's mere lies.
But then you look at another map that's flat, and the North Pole and the South Pole are actually almost touching.
Aye.
Aye.
So you've had a wee look into it then? Where did you first hear about it?
It was my mate.
Right.
He started talking to me about it, and then I started thinking about it, and then I started searching it.
Good. So where did he get it from, do you know?
Somebody else asked him.
Aye.
Aye, it's a chain. Somebody else always asks.
That's good. See, that's what I'm hoping to find, to see if it's spreading amongst, you know, social
Aye,
groups and people talking
My
about it.
mate's older than me, and even he's like that. I think it's flat and all.
Good.
Because he agrees with me. It was me that put forward the whole why can you not fly
Yep.
both ways.
Yep.
And why does it take 24 hours to get to Australia?
Aye. See, there's loads of points and there's loads of anomalies in regards to what they told us. So
There is. To see if you look at it, there was a explorer who apparently went round the whole ice wall, and when he was coming back in, he flew over North America.
right.
But if he was
Is
to
this
fly
Cook?
over,
Is this right?
if he flew over North America should have been to the west of where he actually said he flew from.
Aye, good
So
point.
why would he fly over straight over it?
Aye. So I can see that you've had a wee delve into it. What my advice would be, because I've been doing this for quite a while now. My channel's called Beyond the Imaginary Curve.
I think I've seen it on YouTube.
Aye,
I think I've seen it.
Aye, I
I'm
do.
pretty sure that's where my mate showed me
Aye,
all
so
the stuff. Aye.
maybe see me doing some interviews. I've been running the universities and out in the streets and stuff like that. So it's good that you've had a wee look. My advice would always be that though. We need to be careful about jumping in and believing some of these stories.
Research it.
Exactly.
Always research everything.
Stick to the facts. Stick to what you can know and find out for yourself, innit?
Yep.
So what, did you have any ridicule for any of your social groups, any of your buddies?
I've had a few of them tell me I was stupid.
Aye.
I've had a few people tell me I might be right.
Good.
So,
that's really good to hear that it's getting about though, innit?
well, there was a boy in Texas that I talked to through my computer, and he believes that flat earth as well.
Excellent.
So, it's like we might actually find out something.
Good stuff. Well, I'm glad I spoke to you now then. You thought I was going to be asking you questions about football?
I don't like football, I'm a rugby man.
Ah, there you go.
I've always been a rugby man.
Aye, nice one, bud.
But my wife's brother loves football, so he's in there to get a football t-shirt.
Yeah, cool. I was just up buying tickets, so I thought I would just try and speak to a few people. I've been up here before. I was up with a wee alien and sat it outside the front and got people's attentions with it before as well. So, aye, excellent, man. Well, keep up the researching, man, and keep talking to people about it. That's what's important.
Research anything you don't think is true.
Exactly. And I think it's important for us to keep speaking to each other because I'm curious to know what else is out there. You know, for all we know, we've been kept in one wee area, and there's so much else going on that we're just not aware of.
Could be like a Truman Show.
Well, this is it, isn't it?
You could just be in a dome.
Well, a lot of people believe we are under some sort of dome or enclosure or whatever it may be. But I think again we need to be careful not to believe in stuff until we know.
You've got to figure it out first before you try and figure out everyone else.
Exactly, man. I mean, that's a breath of fresh air. I really appreciate you taking your time.
Not a problem at all.
Smashing, man.
It's good rain for
crazy.
Right.
Harley, see ya, baby. Do you want this, Harley? Nah. Yeah. Take mine.
You do till it blow, look, she doesn't drip it anywhere.
Mom, mine's just bigger.
What do you want me to do? I just spin it. Give it a go. Just take that. That one. Don't pour that water on it.
Right, fold it out.
You only have a wee bit. Sheets the whole thing. Stick them up.